What's up everybody, this is Derek here and welcome to another unboxing and initial impressions video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Belkin Boost Up wireless charging pad that was designed for the iPhone, the new iPhones, the 8, the 8 Plus, and the 10. Today we're going to be taking a look at how it works with the iPhone 10, which is here. It's about half charged, so it is ready to accept a charge. So what this pad has going for it, so first off, I purchased this pad at Best Buy. It was $60. That's quite expensive. It's the same amount of money as the Mophie. So the Mophie and the Belkin are the two charging pads, the two wireless charging pads that Apple has specifically said support 7.5 watt faster wireless charging. And you can see that right here, 7.5 watts. So the pads that you find, the cheap pads that you find on Amazon, say for $15 to $25 or so, some of them very highly rated, those ones will charge your iPhone at 5 watts. That's using the iPhones when they when Apple came out with iOS 11.2, they enabled this faster wireless charging. So basically, the cheaper wireless charging pads will do 5 watts still, but this one and the Mophie were the two that Apple specified will do 7.5. Now, if you've watched my other videos, you know that the Insignia also does 7.5, and the RAV Power does too. So there are a few other ones out there that do charge faster, charge the iPhones faster at 7.5. But this is the one of the ones that you're paying extra for, knowing that it'll do that. So this pad comes in white, and it actually matches pretty well with the Apple Watch charger. So that might be a reason you'd want to get this one. And you can see here 7.5 watts. It comes with a 5-foot cable. It has a indicator, and it charges through most cases. This has the leather case on it, and it's very thin. So I'd imagine most wireless chargers should work through this. Everyone I've tried so far has worked through it, but you know, 3 millimeters, so if you have a little bit thicker of a case, that's just something to keep in mind. So we will take a look inside here and see how it opens. It opens right there. I forgot to mention the packaging. It doesn't feel soft touch, but it feels, a little grippier than your standard like cardboard. It feels pretty good. And we'll go ahead now and we'll pull it out and see what we've got. So here is the, wow, that's big. That's actually really big. And let me see here, let me just grab another. Here's the Insignia just for size comparison here. So you can see that it eats it for lunch and then some, and it's massive. So we will take a look here, see how this comes out. Okay, it pops out like that, cool. And we've got, what is that? All right, we got some tape on here. So in order to free it from the tape here, you know what, I'm just gonna go cut this quick. It's interesting, it's actually really in there. So we will go ahead and just cut that there. Actually, probably just need to cut the bottom one, or top one rather, and pop it out. So here we go, here's the Belkin. This is the Belkin Boost Up wireless charging pad. See here on the back, I'm just going to take a look at it real quick. Probably won't focus, but that's okay. It says 15 volts, 1.5 amps, so it's using some sort of fast charge probably. It's got a grippy ring here on the bottom, so you can see it doesn't want to move. That's cool. It's got a grippy ring here on the top. The rest of it's soft touch. So your phone, let's see here, just put the phone on there, and we'll hold it at an angle. And say it's hard to see on camera, but that's quite a steep angle, and it's not falling off, so that's good. Because again, it's an expensive phone, and you don't want it to fall off, obviously, and fall, off a nightstand or something like that, and that wouldn't be great to wake up to. So, what else comes in the box? We've got our wall adapter, and we have our, let's see here, it's like a quick start guide, maybe warranty information. Here we go. So, it says, here, I'll just hold that up if you want a freeze frame and take a look. There's not, well, it goes that way. There's not much to this. They're saying basically put it in the middle. If it's green, that means it's good, it's charging. It's red, that means it's not good. Don't put your keys on there. I mean, if you think your keys are going to charge up, you probably That's not good, you know. It just doesn't make much sense. Probably not ready to use a wireless charging pad. So this is really small text. I'm not even going to pretend to read it because it's really small and doesn't say anything useful. So we've got here our adapter. It says 15 volts, 1.5 amp output. And again, if you watch my Mophie video, I'll include a link up here somewhere. If you've watched the Mophie video, you'll know what I'm about to say. That's that I don't like the fact that this is a an AC adapter. I like, say, we'll plug it in right there. This is good and all. It's nice and durable. I bet you this is more durable than the micro USB ports that a lot of these chargers have. But I don't like this because if you forget this somewhere, say you're in a hotel room, you're in a hurry to leave, you just pull the pad out and you forget the wall adapter. Well, you can't do anything with this until you buy a replacement adapter, which I don't know how much Belkin's going to charge, but it's probably not going to be cheap. So like I said, it's kind of a trade-off, I feel like, between durability, because you have a charging pad like this, you've got a micro USB port. This is going to break before this is going to, because again, this kind of goes into its own little slot here. It's a standard barrel plug, and that feels like, again, it's got some strain relief built in because of the plastic here. Whereas this, if you try to bend this down, it'll crack the cord, or if you're more lucky, the port. So again, though, I feel like that's kind of a compromise we have to make in durability and functionality if you were to lose the adapter. So we'll go ahead and we'll plug it in. I've said enough about that. It's white, feels like a decent material. Nothing special though. It's not silicone. I'm a little disappointed about that. Just because those are more flexible and they're usually more durable type of cable too. So we're going to, this is the Omni 20, OmniCharge Omni 20. If you've watched any other unboxings, you probably know what it is already. It measures the wattage output, so roughly. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the phone on here and just verify that it charges at 7.5 watts. I have no reason to believe that it won't, because this is, again, you're paying $60 for the experience. But, let's just see what we've got here. So while it's starting to charge, let's say the wattage is probably going to start working its way up. We'll see if we can zoom in here, and we'll see what happens. See if we can get this. See if we can get it to focus there. Say otherwise, I'll just say it's 10.1, 10.2. It's still going up. It's up to 10.5 now, and it's still climbing. So we'll see where it gets to. Most of the 7.5 watt chargers include the RAV Power, the Insignia, and the Mophie, will draw anywhere between 11 and 13 watts or so, and for a 7.5 watt charge. And this one's drawing about 12.6 right now, 12.8. It's actually still going up. It's up to 13 now. 13.4, 13.6. And again, there's inefficiency here. So there's inefficiency in the inverter, inefficiency in the adapter, and inefficiency in the wireless charging. So you're actually losing power in all those steps. So it's something just to keep in mind that, this says it's drawing about 13 watts or so. We'll zoom back out just so you can go the wrong way there for a second. We'll zoom back out. You can see this is drawing, actually you might not be able to see, but it's drawing about 12 to 13 watts, which is just, it's in line with what I would expect it to draw for a 7.5 watt charge. So that's good. Good to know. We'll take a look real quick and we'll wrap up. We'll take a look at the indicator light. Go ahead and turn down this light so that shows up a little better. It's very, it reminds me of the Mophie. So the Mophie, as the phone unlocks, it's pretty cool. The Mophie has an indicator, a green indicator on the bottom of it. This one has it on the top. This would be great for a bedroom because this is quite dim. I'm gonna say, I don't know how well it's going to even show up on camera, but it's quite dim, and it's something where if you were to rotate your phone, say like that, you'll cover it completely, and you could sleep. You could put this right next to a bed, a nightstand or something, and it wouldn't bother you because that light is so minimal. compared to something like the Insignia or the Samsung, where they have this, or the what was the other one, the Hypercharge, where it has this giant ring of light that if you want to use it in a dark room, it's going to be very distracting. So I really like that. I like that it's a bigger charging pad. It's easier to just put your phone down on it. But if you're going to be moving this a lot, I would say that that's a disadvantage because it's more to pack. So very similar to the Mophie. I feel like both of them are very solid, well-built charging pads. The Mophie has a little bit more weight. I feel like that just, with the silicone cable and I just feel like it's honestly just it feels like it's a better quality. It's also a little bit smaller. I've used that one for a couple weeks now, and I haven't had the phone slip off at all, even though it is a little smaller. So I would say, it might come down to color, honestly. You want a white charging pad, then you might want the Belkin. If you want a black charging pad, you might want the Mophie. I prefer, like I said, if I had to choose between the two, I'm spending $60, I can only buy one of them. I would probably buy the Mophie just because I like that it's a little bit smaller. The rubber feels like it's a little bit higher quality. And they both have the same drawbacks. They both have the proprietary adapters that you need another adapter if you lose it or if it breaks. But they also have the same, the similar advantage where they charge at 7.5 watts, which is pretty cool. And a 15 watt, I'm pretty sure, I'm just going to mention one more thing real quick, just because I'm curious more than anything else. But I believe this was 15 volts. Just pull it up real quick just so I can read it. 15 volts at 1.5 amps, and I believe the adapter is the same. Yep, the adapter is 15 volts at 1.5 amps. So if you do the math, 15 times 1.5, you're at 22.5. That's a lot more wattage than is required for 7.5 watts of charging. So that could mean a couple things, but it most likely means that Belkin would support a faster charge rate if the iPhone ever was updated to support it. So say next year, or say the iPhone 10 eventually will support 10 watts of charging, or the 8s, or maybe the iPhones next year or the year after. But I would bet you that this pad, because it can do 22.5 in, it could probably do, I would guess, somewhere between 12.5 and 15 out. Again, I have no clue, but just from the electrical specs of it, I would bet you that it's over-engineered right now for 7.5 watts, and if you probably wouldn't have to upgrade it in the future if the charging speed was ever increased. So that's something to just keep in mind. Battery's dying on the camera, so I better wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Post this type of video, a lot of tech stuff, as well as some other random stuff, so feel free to check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll keep you guys updated if I find out anything else about this charger. Otherwise, I hope to see you in another video soon.